Most parents are taught to see tantrums as a discipline problem, something that needs to be corrected, stopped, or controlled as quickly as possible. But a tantrum is not a choice your child is making in that moment. It is a signal from a nervous system that is overwhelmed. When Korean parents are able to calm tantrums quickly, sometimes in under a minute, it's not because their children are naturally calmer or more obedient. It is because their response is matched to what the child's brain is actually capable of during emotional overload. They are not trying to teach a lesson in that moment. They are trying to restore regulation first. During a tantrum, the thinking part of your child's brain, the part responsible for logic, language, and self-control, temporarily shuts down. This happens because the emotional center of the brain has taken over. When that happens, instructions, reasoning, warnings, or even rewards cannot land. Your child may hear your voice, but their brain cannot process your words. This is why asking questions like, "Why are you doing this?" or saying things like, "Calm down right now," almost always makes the tantrum worse. Korean parents intuitively understand that you cannot reason with a brain that is dysregulated, so they don't try to. One of the biggest differences you'll notice in Korean parenting during tantrums is the absence of urgency. There is very little rushing, arguing, or emotional escalation from the parent. This is not because they don't care. It's because they know that their calm is contagious. A child's nervous system is designed to sync with the nervous system of a caregiver. When you are tense, loud, or frantic, your child's brain reads that as danger and stays in fight or flight mode. When you are calm, steady, and grounded, your child's brain slowly receives the message that it is safe to come back online. Many Korean parents focus first on proximity rather than correction. Instead of sending the child away or demanding silence, they stay physically close. This might look like sitting down near the child, lowering themselves to the child's level, or simply remaining present without hovering. Physical closeness helps regulate the nervous system because the brain is wired to feel safer when a trusted caregiver is nearby. This does not mean grabbing, restraining, or forcing a hug. It means offering calm presence without pressure. Another key element is minimal language. Korean parents often use very few words during a tantrum. They don't explain, lecture, or negotiate in the heat of the moment. They might say a short, neutral phrase, or sometimes nothing at all. This is powerful because language requires a calm brain to process. Too many words can overstimulate an already overloaded system. Silence, when paired with calm presence, gives the brain space to settle. There is also a strong emphasis on emotional acknowledgement without judgment. Instead of labeling the child as naughty or difficult, the emotion itself is recognized. The message the child receives is not, "You are wrong for feeling this way, but I see that this is hard for you." This does not mean giving in to the demand that triggered the tantrum. It means separating the emotion from the behavior. The feeling is accepted, even if the behavior still has limits later. Korean parenting culture places high value on emotional attunement, especially in early childhood. Parents are encouraged to notice subtle emotional shifts before they escalate into full meltdowns. This early awareness often prevents tantrums from reaching their peak. But even when a tantrum does happen, the response stays consistent. Calm voice, steady body language, and emotional containment remain the priority. One reason this method works so quickly is that it targets the nervous system directly. When a child senses that there is no threat, no emotional battle, and no loss of connection, their stress hormones begin to drop. Breathing slows, muscles relax, the brain gradually shifts back into a regulated state. This process can happen surprisingly fast when the environment supports it. Many parents worry that staying calm and present during a tantrum will spoil the child or encourage more outbursts. But research and long-term observation show the opposite. Children who experience calm co-regulation develop stronger emotional regulation skills over time. They learn, through repeated experience, that emotions rise and fall and that they are not alone when they feel overwhelmed. This builds emotional resilience, not dependence. Another subtle but important aspect of the Korean approach is what parents do with their own emotions. They do not take tantrums personally. The behavior is not seen as disrespect or manipulation. It is seen as developmental. This mindset shift alone can dramatically change how a parent responds. When you stop viewing tantrums as a challenge to your authority, your body naturally relaxes, your tone softens, your reactions slow down, and your child feels that shift immediately. In many Korean households, emotional regulation is modeled consistently, not just during crises. Children observe how adults handle frustration, disappointment, and stress in everyday life. This modeling lays the foundation for how children eventually manage their own emotions. When a tantrum happens, it is addressed within this broader emotional environment, not as an isolated event. It's also important to understand that calming a tantrum quickly does not mean suppressing emotions. The goal is not to shut the child down. The goal is to help the child move through the emotional wave safely. Once the child is calm again, that is when teaching, boundaries, and guidance can happen. Korean parents are very clear about this timing. Regulation first, teaching later. Many parents in other cultures unintentionally reverse this order. They try to teach during the tantrum and then soothe afterward. This often leads to longer, more intense meltdowns because the child never fully feels understood or regulated. When you flip the order, everything changes. The reason this method can work in under a minute is not magic. It's biology. A regulated adult nervous system can guide a dysregulated child nervous system back to balance very quickly when the response is consistent and calm. The brain is always looking for cues of safety. Korean parents provide those cues immediately. As your child grows, these repeated experiences build internal regulation. Over time, tantrums naturally decrease, not because the child is afraid to express emotion, but because they have learned how to manage it. The child's brain develops stronger connections between emotional centers and thinking centers. This is how emotional maturity is built. If you're listening to this and thinking that this sounds too simple to work, that's understandable. We are often conditioned to believe that effective parenting must be loud, firm, or complex. But the most powerful strategies are often the quietest ones. Calm is not passive. Calm is active regulation. In the next part, we'll go deeper into the exact moment-by-moment response Korean parents use when a tantrum starts, including what to do with your body, your voice, and your attention so that your child's brain can calm as quickly as possible.